Okay, today I'm going to open up and see what we have in here. This is our Colorado bee vac. Purchased it from Better Bees, and just taking out some of the packing here. Just kind of want to show you what's inside the box, and we'll pull it out and set it up. So here we go. Looks like we have the instructions. So let's set this over here. Got the hose. I think the cool thing about this hose is it's lined on the inside so it doesn't hurt bees. That's good. Hose attachment. Save that. So here's the motor and the cover. Good. Set that right here for now. Then we got the screen box in here. I'll pull that out. So there we go. We got the screen board here. All right. So let me set this all up on the table and I'll show you. So here you have it. A pretty quick setup right out of the box. Really didn't have to do very much at all. Just there was some paper between the lid and the bottom box there. Remove that. Had to put the hose on the connection here. That's a piece of cake. Easy, right on. Inserted this extension here. If you want to use it, you can, and then you can tighten this bolt if you need to, or just leave it loose, depending on what you need. Other than that, just pop this on, and I think I just need to cut this cable wrap here and zip tie, and then we'll be good to go to test this out. So I understand this is the knob to control the airflow into the vacuum. So depending on how much suction you want, then you would just change this here by simply turning it. There we go. So we'll test that here in a second. Okay, so here we have it, the Colorado bee vac. This was my Christmas gift for my family this year. I'm really excited to have it set up here in my honey room. It's January 13th, so we're in the middle of winter. So right now don't have a big need to use it, but maybe we'll just do a little test here to show you how this thing works. First thing I want to tell you that this is, it's a vacuum, so it's not like, a two-prong plug. You need, full power to run this thing. So you're going to need a heavy-duty inverter on your vehicle, or you're going to have to plug this into, electrical source. So that a mainline electrical source. So don't try to run this off your, your car charger. I don't think that's going to work. But let's plug this thing in and give it a shot. So first thing to note is the cord's, fairly long, so that's pretty good. I don't know what the actual specifications are there, but I'm just guessing that that's a 6 to 8 foot cord here. So that's a good thing. All right, so it does come with a complete set of instructions, both for setup and operation. Talks about transferring to the hive, and then some frequently asked questions. I know there's a couple. All right, so I read the instructions, and let's just real quick show you basically the components here. Again, we got the hose here with the attachment on the end, connects to the box in the bottom there, and then the lid with the motor embedded is here on top. Let me just set this down. You can just lift this real quick, and you can see what this looks like. So, here we have the pegboard, and then the seal here to create a nice tight seal to this this bottom box. If you don't have that tight seal, then it's not going to be sucking in anything. So, and then on the top of the box here, I'll just tip this forward so you can see that's a screen. So that's what actually keeps the bees in the bottom. And then so that just snugly. All right, so we got my Christmas present here, which is a Colorado bee vac. Came in from Better Bee, and finally had a chance post HifeLife 2022 conference to set this up. So just wanted to put it all together and see if it works well. What you see here is you got the hose here. This easily plugs in here. This little gate here opens and closes so that, you know, either can shut down the airflow going into the box, but also keeps the bees from coming out of the hose. That's an important thing. So for our demo, we're going to open that so we can, you know, see how it sucks air in. And then this control valve on top, so it brings the airflow into the actual, you know, vacuum motor here. So you just want to twist this to, you know, either close down the airflow or open it, and you can, you know, make a fine adjustment there depending on how much air you want coming, you know, into this tube here. And it gives you this attachment, but you can remove this pretty easily if you don't want to use the attachment and just go straight with the hose there. One thing you'll notice, I don't know if you can see that in the video there, but this is a smooth interior on this hose. So when bees go in there, you know, I think that'll reduce the amount of damage that they might take from, you know, obviously being sucked into a vacuum. So we're plugged in right now. It's a 3-prong plug. You're going to need a, you know, a mainline electrical source or a heavy-duty inverter. You're not going to plug this into your cigarette lighter, I don't think, and use one of those tiny inverters in your vehicle. You're going to need some real power to make this work. So, and then before I turn it on here, I just mentioned it does come with some great instructions, really thorough and simple. So that's good. I read all that. And then inside here we got the cover, which has a seal that keeps, you know, good suction on this, you know, onto this bottom box. If you didn't have that, I don't think it'd work. And then here, I can just set this down here, just quickly lift this. You'll see that this box has a screen on top, so the bees can't get out. That's good. And then let's see, what else I want to show you. On the bottom here, make sure this is a snug fit. We're good there. On the bottom here, you have a little locking mechanism. So on the bottom here, you have this, you see that? This locking mechanism, so you can actually pull this metal tray out from the bottom. And this is what you'll do. You'll pull this tray out, you know, well, first you'll set this on top of your hive box, and then, you know, pull this tray out, and voila, the bees can go down into your hive. So that's what that's for here. So anyway, and they talk about a couple different ways to introduce bees into your hive, but it gives you a lot of options, just makes it really easy. And they do sell an additional box, you know, if you want to pick one up. So, all right, so let's shove this back in, and let's actually see if it works. Make sure I'm not doing something wrong here. Nope, I'm not. There we go. All right, so again, use this little lock to keep that secure in place so you don't have bees accidentally escaping into wherever you're hauling them around. So let's turn this on and see if it works. So number one, this is open. Number two, this is fully open. So let's crank her on. Not quiet, very loud. Sounds like a shop vac. A fair amount of suction here. Again, I can adjust this. And then you see the top of the box pulling down. I don't know if you can see that on the, yeah, you can see it on the video. And the motor bouncing a bit. So you can imagine those bees being sucked in there. Alright, so good suction on this. So I think this is gonna work well. I'm excited to give it a shot. Next time I run into a swarm, I could just suck them into this box, bring them back to my apiary, put them in the quarantine section, observe them for a while before introducing them, you know, into the main apiary. So great present. Thanks to my family for getting it. And I'll just mention, there's one other feature I actually think I just slipped. I probably missed a couple things. But I did want to mention there is this pegboard top here. That's what disperses the air so that the bees don't get hurt. So that's one thing to mention. And then the other thing is, got an awesome demonstration at the HifeLife 2022 conference from one of the Better Bee representatives. And boy, he was actually a speaker, and I'm trying to remember his name. I'll try to put it in the comments. But just a really great guy. Did such a thorough demonstration. I told him I had one already sitting at home in the box, and hadn't pulled it out yet. And he just went through this the whole all the features, how it works, how you put it together, all that stuff, and that just made this a lot easier to demonstrate to you. So thanks again. Hope you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you when bee season gets rolling.